Good morning, everybody. Welcome into an episode of PM in the AM. I'm your guy, Pep Bernard, alongside my right hand man, Mike Laro, and of course, the producer of the program, Al Safiri, is in the house. And
That must be Mayfair talk. He's doing program.
do we have a silver war that's going in this room right about now?
Yeah, right about now because you and your other Mayfair Mafia guy. Number one, you called me a suburban. I'm from Kensington, you knuckleheads. I don't claim Delco. I'm a Kenzo.
So with the program, is that like the Mayfair marbles there? The Mayfair mumbles?
You know, I told Al. I told my man Matt. I said, Matt, I gotta head into the room with Bebop and Rocksteady because my head's gonna be pounding after doing the show.
And now you know how me and the outfield got to deal with you on a weekly basis.
Yes. Well, listen, it's 215 versus the 484.
Hold on, wait, hold on.
First of all, it's a 610. Get it right.
Yeah, now. It's 610, and besides, you can't claim 215 because it's 215, 267, and now 445. So you guys got to make up your mind on what numbers you guys want to do. At least Delco, we only got two.
Well, listen, me and Matty B, just stuck on an island. And Matty B goes,
you guys did a great job last night, honestly. You did. I get to work with the head of the Mayfair Mafia. I'm with Matty this week, so that should be pretty fun.
It's the tour now.
It's the tour.
Yeah.
It's like the tour of Italy. But
see, look, right away, reverts back to food.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Sure it is. But as of late, the Philadelphia sports scene a little bit hot right now. The Sixers take care of a bad Charlotte's team. They would just wallop them. I still don't know how I feel about them today. Going down to Dallas, and I think Luka is just going to beat the brakes off this team. But the Philadelphia Wings get their first win at home. About time. It finally paid off. Zach Higgins actually stepped up for once. You had a Philadelphia Union team. I don't know. I'll say it. I don't care. But these officials. These Walmart brand officials. I don't know. They really chap my ass. But the most important part is the Philadelphia Flyers.
What doesn't chap your butt?
Oh, a lot of things.
Man, you must buy chapstick by the lube. By the 55-gallon drum, don't you?
I think you're fertily correct there.
Yeah, yes. Fertily correct, yeah.
But what's really hot, and it's really catching the town, the Flyers NHL trade deadline. And what are the Philadelphia Flyers? Again, I know we've been talking about this as late, but guess what? Come Friday, we will have a decision by Danny Barrere. And, me covering the Philadelphia Wings at the tail end, I got to hang out with Bill Meltzer and Jordan Hall, and we're trying to the two head honchos when it comes to beat reporting for the Philadelphia Flyers. And I said, guys, what do you guys think that this team is going to do? And I do, me and Jordan were talking about it a little bit. It doesn't think it's going to be wowing or anything like that. But if you go, I took a note of what Danny Barrere wants to do, and quote, I read it, everything is on the table. Danny Barrere is not going to give away. Pretty much, I'm going to paraphrase it, but he's not going to give out Mitchkov. He's not going to do it for a rental, a high-end asset. He's not going to mortgage the future. He's going to protect that. He's not going to, again, if you want to make some deals that maybe further the team, he's okay with it. He's, he'll listen for it, but he's not going to do anything of the sorts. And now, like I said, we've all heard it about Nick Seeler and Walker being on the table. I'm okay giving out Walker. Seeler, his body, he's a bulletproof vest. He sits there, takes shots after shots after shots. Like, to me, I know he's like 30 years old, but still, he has that. If he became a better goal scorer, he has that potential of being a five-tool player. He can fight. He's physical. He can, if he learns how to shoot and finds.
He's my favorite Flyer for this year's team. Like this dude, I think he's got more saves than Harrison. Yeah. Like literally, and that guy gets paid to stop the puck. So, I agree with you, Pat. I do think Walker's going to be a rental. Now, from what I've heard, it's been likely. It's going to be.
Yep.
It's
Mary Marchand's question. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I'm looking at, probably Edmonton or Vegas has been linked for Walker, which, by the way, too, like the Flyers can actually go make a deal and actually re-sign Walker in the offseason.
The warden.
Hello, Jamie.
Yeah, my warden's checking in. But honestly, I think the one guy I think that the Flyers are going to be able to get rid of, and I think they're going to get rid of him, and I think it's going to be Scott Lawton. I think Scott Lawton's gone.
You really think so?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because you know what? In this market right now, there's so many teams right now that are looking to offload guys like Gensel from Pittsburgh. He's going to be a commodity. And just look with some of the trades that already went down. You know what I mean? The return package and that. Like the one guy who's not even as good as I'm drawing a blank on the name from Calgary. He's not even as good as Lawton got traded, and the team got 2 first-round picks for him. So I mean, you know, maybe the Flyers brass or you know, and that price up high.
Yeah, you just not Briere acknowledged that about Chris I can't pronounce that. Tanev.
Yeah.
Coming off the market again, Calgary Flames sends him over to the Dallas Stars. And like you said, he gets like kind of a little bit of a haul back a little bit, but
and they're basically the same player. I mean,
right.
But I can see Scotty Lawton getting moved. But you know what? Good for Briere for coming out and saying we're not trading our future, because you know what? Why is it that every other team can get that franchise player in their system, but the Flyers? The last time the Flyers got a guy, and it was Lindros, and he was supposed to be the next best thing.
Yeah, and it's so funny because yesterday they go against Ottawa. Friday, I know you guys did the post-game show. That was, again, they get a beat down, but yes,
tough call, trust us.
Yes, again.
But you know what? I mean, listen, they responded though.
Yeah, in 24 hours they responded to a team that's kind of had their number a little bit. That Ottawa team,
6 out of 7 in the last 6 out of the last 7 they lost to Ottawa. This is the first game they won in like a long time.
Yeah,
right. And Al, we were talking about that Friday night. I said, listen, you're going to see the make of this team now coming in, because listen, they pretty much let Washington catch them in the standings. I mean, I'm not saying that they did, but Washington's got 2 games in hand with the Flyers.
Mm-hmm.
They have 2 games in hand. So basically, them coming back and winning like that was kind of a collapse. I think really, and I know me and Al were talking about this again on Friday, like Tortorella had to tear into them when they got into that locker room.
Well, there's complaints about it. Let me ask you about that. There was talks of people were saying that, Tortorella maybe was a little too hard on the players, especially Bobby Brinks, but a guy that seems to kind of fall in and out of grace with Torts. I mean, do you feel that he's being too hard or
No. I mean, well, listen, that's just the way he is. And like, this was kind of the reason why me and Pat didn't want him here, because he can be a quote unquote hard ass at times. I feel like Tortorella's shown a great deal of patience since he's been here. And I think he sees that he's got something this year. Not so much a cup contender, but something where these guys can take the next step where they're not going to be doormats. You know what I mean?
And to further your point, again, and I was talking with Matt about it last night. Like, listen, is he aggressive? Of course he is. He's got that old school mentality.
Is that before or after the Mayfair makeout session? I just want to make sure.
Hey,
I got about 1,000 of them, so they're going to keep coming. So
hey, listen, no one's allowed in our Mayfair jacuzzi. Okay, it's just a tight bundle, but
I'm sure it is.
real point.
It's a tight sphincter. I'm never mind. But listen, they played very, very. Like I said, John Tortorella is very, very aggressive. We know that he's got that old school mentality, but to me, I just think that the Philadelphia Flyers and the way John wants it, maybe he sees something in Bobby Brink that
he's got to bring out.
He's got to bring out and that he doesn't see. And I get it. Right now, he's not the fit for John Tortorella, and of course, I think that's why John gets mad with him, or John just sees, kid, you got tons of.
Bobby had a bad game Friday night. Like, I mean, I'm sorry. Like, if anybody wants to play, he deserved to get chewed out.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry. He didn't. He was out of position more than a couple goals.
Right.
So, I mean, yeah, your coach. If you do something wrong, like your coach is going to chew you out. Like, put your big boy pants on. And we all like Brink. All of us here like Bobby Brink. But he really messed up. He deserved to get yelled at. And guess what? If he got pulled from a game. Unfortunately, I wasn't available to watch most of the Flyers game last night. Did he play last night?
Yeah, he played last night.
So there you go.
His time was a little bit more limited, probably normally would have been.
Yeah, he was in the lineup yesterday, and Listen, he responded. He was, he played well. I mean, again, he didn't have nothing
it's
on
nice
the
to
sack
see
sheet.
Farabee get on the scoreboard, though.
Yeah, well,
I mean, I was about to put him on the back of a milk carton.
Well, he was. He had a 14-game drought. Nick Saylor hit, from the blue line, shoots one. He hits the redirect, gets it back in the net. Believe it or not, Tyson Foster really was solid.
That's my next jersey.
He was really, really solid.
It's either him or Owen Tippett.
Yeah,
that's my next jersey.
He was off the faceoff circle yesterday, finds it back in net, and then he gets a penalty shot yesterday. Within 45 seconds, he had back-to-back goals. I mean, really, really on fire. And, Mike, what if I was to tell you, Felix Sandstrom, almost a year to date, hasn't played in the AHL, but, only
April 23rd, 2023, that man was last on.
Yeah, I mean, how about it? You only let up 2 goals, stopped 24 out of 26 shots.
You got to give him credit because he went down to the Phantoms, okay? And if you really look at it, he really wasn't getting much playing time down there because Peterson was down there.
Right.
Until Peterson got called up. But since Peterson got called up, he was able to go down there and work on his game a little bit. So I guess that's why they must feel really comfortable with him to see that he's had an improvement for them to let Peterson walk.
And that too. And how about the like I said, I have I'm fully in on the coaching staff. Whether not just Torella, I'm just talking about all the behind the scenes stuff. Behind the scenes, you got the Bouchers walking around and working with the goalies. Like the way that Felix Sandstrom just does that butterfly effect yesterday, stopping a lot of pucks. I mean, he faced a double minor and nothing got by. Credit to the crossbars a lot. I mean, you heard a lot of dinging yesterday, but it's so funny because
the ding only means you got close.
Yeah, well, it's because Matty likes to do the 3 stars of the game. I said, yeah, my second star of the game was the goal, the crossbars, because it was really, really, like I said, just how that bowed out Felix Sandstrom a little bit yesterday. But take it away, though. I mean, Felix Sandstrom is, like I said, filling the gap. Cal Peterson goes away, and then you're like, oh, great, Felix. Again, look at on paper, Felix Sandstrom hasn't seen NHL playing time within a year. What's he going? Is this an automatic L? What's it going to be? And no, they take the W yesterday. So you had a lot of positive. Now, here's something me and Matty B talked to you about last night. So if the playoffs start today, the Flyers would be that 8 seed. You're probably looking at Florida. Now, in the point system, Florida, Tampa, and Detroit, Tampa, Detroit, and the Flyers are all in the same pool. And then, of course, the top end it would be the first 3 seeds would be the Florida Panthers, Boston, and the Rangers. Mike, who do you want to face in the first round?
Don't care. Bring it.
I like it.
And the only reason why I'm saying that is because we can just go back a year ago. Boston, by clear, was the best team in the NHL. They were the best team in the NHL, and they crapped out in the first round. Like hockey, more than any other sport, you getting to the dance, making sure you secure your spot in the dance is all you need. Anything, like when they say anything can happen, anything can happen.
I agree.
And you know what? The Flyers match up pretty well with Florida.
Yes.
So far. I mean, I think they only played them once, right?
They played them a few times, but I mean, the last go when the Flyers took one, they actually had a shutout.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Wow.
Greco, what's up, buddy?
What's up, Lou? But the Flyers have a chance to. Listen. Once they're in, like I said, not too many teams are going to want to play them. I mean, because think about it, you got to play the Flyers for 7 straight games. That's going to be 4 tough games to beat them. Now, I think there's teams that could beat the Flyers like 4-2. I think whoever they get in with, you're going to get 6 good games. I believe either which way. Like, if the Flyers are lucky enough to win, they may win a game 7 in the first round. But you're going to get 6 games out of them. I don't think the Flyers. A lot of people think the Flyers are just going to show up there and then get waxed. I don't think they're going to get waxed.
No,
their defense, their team defense is too good, and they know how to score shorthanded.
Right, and like yesterday, they were looking for a lot of long stretch passes, and they weren't countering. But again, they kind of stepped up a little bit. Like I said, if it was, I think it was the third line, the false third line really came to play, but. Like you said, Mike, you look at the NHL playoff scenario in the East. You have, again, the Florida Panthers. Like I said, they might win it in the game 7, but again, that Wells Fargo Center is going to be rocking orange, and I can't wait for that. But
I can't wait either. I think I can't. And I'm sorry. I still think they're going to be there. Like a lot of people think the Flyers are going to fall. I don't think they're going to fall off. I really don't, because all these other teams got to make these like crazy amount of moves to get somebody in here.
I think the elevator is coming down for the Bruins. The Rangers.
Florida's the best team in the East. Florida is the best team in the East. They're better than the Rangers. They're better than the Bruins. I don't even count Toronto because we already know they're a first round exit.
And you got them. The only two teams probably would scare you for me or three rather would be Florida, Rangers, and Carolina.
Tampa. Do not count Tampa out. Tampa is they're playoff hardened, I could say. But I also agree with you. Carolina's also a very savvy playoff team as well with the East. But Florida, to me, I think it's Florida and then everybody else, man. The Rangers, I think, would be a close second. But then again, they got to show me they can get out of the first round. You know what I mean? Or they can, to move forward in this. But, I mean, it doesn't matter who they play.
Right. And Al, let me ask you a question.
Shoot.
Because of the way the direction that the Sixers kind of went south, should I be a little optimistic about the Flyers now?
I don't know. You'll flip flop back and forth. I mean,
you're like a fish out of water.
I mean, look, I'm actually. I had this queued up because I knew you were going to ask something along this line.
Yes.
This is 6 days ago. This is the same game. These are posts on his Facebook account. Are you ready for this?
Yes.
All right. Let's see. Let's start with the oldest one. Here you go. Sell the whole Flyers team. I've had enough of this mediocre, hot garbage.
Yes.
Still 6 days later. Cal, I can't stop the puck. Peterson. Thanks for showing up today.
Yes.
The Flyers are back in this game. Let's go.
This is all one game.
This is all one game.
I hate to be in his household.
Talk about a split personality.
We have glued up toys.
Absolutely, dude. Absolutely that. When another team's struggling, it takes away from the burn. And there was high expectations. I keep saying that this Sixers team had played above where they were supposed to be this year. They were playing very well, and Embiid was playing at such a high level. Everybody around him was playing at such a high level.
Yes.
You subtract Embiid from it, we see what we got here. So, the fact that the Flyers are above schedule, that, making a playoff run, it's going to make it – I don't care if they get – I mean, I rephrase. I would say I don't care if they get bounced in the first round badly, but that would suck. But I mean, I don't care if they get bounced in the first round, but I want to see a fight.
Yeah, I want to see it go 6 or 7.
Yeah, I want to see Wells Fargo. I want to see Wells Fargo get playoff hockey back for the first time in forever.
Mm-hmm.
And have that same feel that they had in, I guess the last time I'd say really had a good feel was 2010. When they had that last
and guess what? 2010, they were what, the 7th seed? Like a lot of people forget that. Like that Flyers team
down Boston 3-0.
3-0. I remember I was at the Wells Fargo Center watching Game 7 of that series. I'll never forget that.
Hell, if you remember that season, they literally made it into the playoffs.
The last day.
I had
on a shootout.
It was Flyers Rangers. I had tickets to that game. I ended up having to work. So I said to my dad, I said, here, take my son or my nephew. They said, they don't care. They're not huge Flyers fans. I said, nobody's going to be there. Just go there for the ambiance, buy a hot dog, whatever you got to do. He wanted to go to a Flyers game for the first time. Then he didn't know that he almost witnessed one of the biggest games in current Flyers history.
Yeah. So I mean, so with this interview with Dane Barrera, to me, what he's trying to tell me is, listen, I get it. We're ahead of schedule. Everyone's getting excited, but
temper those expectations.
Yeah. Do you want the one-hit wonder, or do you want to build a dynasty? And I think he's trying to, for the long haul, trying to build a dynasty.
I agree with you. This is really kind of precedent.
Wait, what?
This is a precedent. Yeah, precedents. We're setting a precedent. I'm actually agreeing with Pat here. I think so too. Remember when you and when
I didn't sign up for this.
When you were going off about bringing back the old Flyers and you were throwing that tantrum about 6 months ago, I told you had to temper it because this dude was somewhere else trying to build a winner there. He left. He came here because he knew that he could do the job here, and they got a good piece in Michkov. I'm not going to say he's a generational piece because he's not. We haven't seen it yet, but it's a start. And you know what? if the Flyers make the postseason, this place is going to become attractable again. People are going to want to come here and play. Okay, they may not, like you said, they may not like Tortorella or whatever, but think about this for a second. Kevin Hayes' best season was under John Tortorella. And a lot of people don't realize that. You know what I mean? So, and they're actually talking about he might be on the move.
Really?
Kevin Hayes, yeah, they're talking about Kevin Hayes. One of the rumors is him going back to the Rangers.
Wow.
From there. And that's one. The other one, this is a guy I would love to see the Flyers get. He's a little on the older side, but he can still help. And you watched him last night. It's Tarasenko.
Yeah, he forced a turnover in the neutral zone yesterday and just sniped one.
Yeah, and I mean, this was a guy I wanted the Flyers to get in this offseason. I feel like if you can get him in this, because, Ottawa's looking to dump, too. They're looking to dump salary. That's why he's on the move. Giroux might be on the move as well.
I lost respect for him yesterday.
Why?
Because he put his little paws on my man Tyson Foster. You don't do that. Yeah, it just
like it was a hockey fight.
No, because you were once a role model around here, and you want to put your hands on the orange and black. You are now a sworn enemy.
Hold on. Let me show you this. Garnet Hathaway.
Oh, that's a hit machine.
Okay, who was a capital
dropped the gloves Friday night with Tom Wilson.
Oh, dude, he had somebody in a chokehold. I mean,
yes.
Yeah. Okay. So it's the same thing.
Are they upset with him?
No, because he wears the orange and black.
Okay,
oh, Jesus.
I got it.
Never mind.
It's the Mayfair mentality.
That's okay. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna have these for weeks. Pat Penny, I'm making T-shirts say it's a Mayfair.
Matt, if you're listening, one of these days you and I have to take Al here to the Montezini's to show him some real pizza. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, get that. Mancini's you're talking about?
Yeah,
Montezini's and the Mayfair Shopping Center.
Let's go,
dude. That's the worst pizza in the world.
You never even had it.
Yes, I had. Dude, my dad used to work in the same one. He used to bring it home. That was the worst pizza in the world.
Not.
Yes, it is. Oh God, if you like cardboard,
it's not cardboard.
It's
pizza.
Cardboard pizza.
You're talking about something else.
Mancini's you're talking about. No, exactly.
No, it's Montezini's.
Not Montezini's.
Yes, it is.
Inside the Mayfair Shopping Center.
Yes.
Yeah, my dad used to work in there.
Next to the video update.
Yes.
I used to be in the back playing tag.
All the time. and that was his name. So, no, pizza's horrible. Don't listen to Pat.
Saying the lobby towards flip-flop is ironic right now. Lobby should have never been fired.
Stop. His message got old. He should have been fired.
He does.
Lavi does the same thing everywhere he goes. What kind of hat is Mike sporting today? This is a throwback Philadelphia Oakland Oakland A's hat. Go ahead, say something about it because it's got Philadelphia origins.
I didn't say he wanted to see the Godzilla King Kong fight. That's why he said it.
He just wanted to see the big.
Is it brown or black?
It's got like a brownish tone to it. It's a brownish. It's cool.
Is that an elephant on it?
Yes, it's the elephant.
I didn't know they would.
That is the A's.
You should have saw him all week.
I did not know that. Let's learn something new today.
You should have saw Lou all week.
Was the A.
No.
The Athletics.
No.
What does an elephant have to do with athletics?
Because
I don't know.
I don't know either. It's a Connie Mack thing.
What does the hot dogs have to do with the Blue Oyster? But it's there. Well, okay. But yeah, this guy with our brand new students goes, you gotta watch PM and AM. These two fight all the time. Check it out. He's like, that's why he was trying to get the goat going.
Yeah, I know.
I
don't know who the goat is, but he was trying to get you going.
Right. But
I got to ask you though, general question for the room, I guess. If they don't do nothing, would you be okay with that?
I listen. I get it. Like the team was saying,
the white elephant is there. I had to look it up.
Yeah, the white elephant.
It's the white elephant,
and it's supposed to be like doing like juggling a ball with its snout or something.
Juggling balls.
The white elephant is a possession that is expensive, useless, troublesome, and difficult to dispose of. It's like Pat.
Yeah, exactly. He's our white elephant in the room.
This is how the Athletics were characterized upon Connie Mack's acquisition of the team.
Oh, nice. They got a subscription.
I don't know, man. Like I said, I just knew it had something to do with their team. It was a little bit before my time, but I always found the Philadelphia East stuff to be kind of cool. Mike, and this was a cool hat.
I agree, though. I mean, listen, I get the team chemistry, and they don't want to break it up. I mean, I don't know. I mean,
they got to add a scorer. They got to add somebody that can put the puck in the net.
I'm telling you, it's really a win-win for Danny Briere. And let me ask you guys this. I know it's very early in the year. Is he general manager of the city? The best general manager right now? No.
No.
You want if you had to award him?
No.
Who do you got ahead of him?
Dave Dombrowski, Howie Roseman. I'm sorry. I like Danny Briere. I really do.
He's way too green right now.
Yeah, he's green, dude. Like this is
for
like
the year, though.
Okay,
I know.
like I
said,
listen, no.
What's the other two have done?
Dombrowski got his team to back-to-back postseasons. Okay,
I'm talking about this year. I mean, to me,
how far back are you saying this year? Like the Philly season hasn't started yet.
2024, yeah. 2024.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
The Eagles haven't done anything.
Potential,
and neither has the Phillies. We got to have this conversation at the end of the year.
That's what I'm,
yeah. I mean,
let's have this conversation at the end of the year. Like how
we'll talk.
Yeah, how he has.
Can I say he's up and coming and he's really good and he's
yes,
absolutely.
Yes.
Can I say he's the best yet?
No, he's not the best in the city yet. Can we let this play out? So far he's been the best because Morey hasn't really done anything. I mean, Morey actually did some good things too. He got rid of some pieces and got some pieces back. So
I will say more did catch
with the knowledge. The white offense supposed to be good luck.
Aha!
That's what I've been telling my wife.
Aha! Guess what? The white offense supposed to be good luck. Aha!
That's why I've been telling my wife this white offense is good luck to her too.
Which one?
I have no words. I have no words. I have no words.
So anyway.
Well, guys, I'll remind you that this is brought to you by Philly Sports Trips. Check out, Union fans, listen, I don't know how many times I got to tell you guys this. Do not sleep on Philly Sports Trips.
No.
Do not wait to get some. I'm looking at their site right now, all their updates as of this moment. All spring training sold out, been sold out. The one in March for the Austin trip for the Union sold out.
Wow.
The Germany trip in March sold out. Do we see a pattern growing here? Don't sit on the next trip you can get your butt onto is the ultimate Nashville trip here for the Philadelphia Union from April 5th to the 8th. Nashville's a hell of a city if you haven't been there. Check it out. But to go watch your Philadelphia Union, go check it out, as well as all the baseball trips are set up for Boston, Baltimore, Chicago, and Pittsburgh. You can put down spring training deposits for 2025. That's how far in advance that they're getting things together. But also, of course, the big Eagles one right now on the books, the Brazil trip. They are doing they're going above and beyond. They're actually on their way to Brazil right now. They are trying out different things to set up. This is what Philly Sports Trips does. They head down to Brazil. They're not just going in for the game and coming back. They're making it a week-long trip. They're hitting different parts of Brazil. So you're going to get a little bit of a vacation on top of a great Eagles game in Brazil. And they're going down there right now. What a great job, by the way.
Yeah, right.
I got to go to Brazil.
Yeah, I got to go to Brazil to check this out.
I got to go have fun to see if it's going to be fun for everybody else. Well, Philly Sports Trips is doing that tough job for you. So go to phillysportstrips.com right now. Sign up. Don't wait. I'm telling you, that Brazil trip will be one to remember.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen,
nobody's winning that football game. We might get a 0-0 tie.
And
come on, Deshaun Watson down there and those beaches.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I just want to be the camera guy on the beach. That's it. That beach is
fully nude.
Certain parts, yeah. Certain parts.
I'm halfway nude now.
The whole point of this is not to say it out loud, Pat.
No.
I just said the beaches right away. Pat's got to go there. Elephant in the room.
Yeah.
Man.
More like the pink.
Well, anyway, something's pink. But anyway, listen, you guys go down to check out, like I said, Philly Sports Trips, man. They do a solid for all Philadelphia.
Their tailgates are the best.
Yeah. I mean, listen, go to Nashville, go see Mount Rushmore and have a good time. That's where you want to be.
Mount Rushmore?
Yeah, it's out there in Nashville. But have a good time. Go, you can see some sights. And you all right? But let's get some Sixer talk.
Yeah, can we?
Yeah.
Your geography talk is way off.
Yeah, can we do some geography with Pat or something? No. Next show we have to bring. I'm bringing in third grade geography questions. I got like one of those Trivial Pursuits for like little kids.
Yes,
I'm gonna bring in the ones with all the geography questions.
Easy, in my brain can fry.
We should do an over/under of 20 questions for Pat Bernard on geography questions. It's gonna happen live on PM and the AM.
Oh, according to him, we can go get barbecue and see the statues of our former presidents. Oh God!
I'm this giant head into the side of a mountain over here.
Oh my God!
44-pound head with nothing inside of it. But
about right.
About right.
76ers are headed down to Dallas. You can see Luka. How do you feel? I mean, you feel a little better. Tobias Harris put up 31 points on Friday against that bottom feeding, Charlotte Hornets team. You feel a little better about the 76ers team?
A bad team. How would I feel better about this?
I don't know.
Look at Tobias Harris had a good game against a bad team, and the sky's still blue. I mean, I'm not trying to be a negative Nelly here. Usually, that's your job there.
Yes.
But in this case, I have checked out on the Sixers.
What?
Yeah, I
you can't do that.
I've been checked out for a while.
Where's Greg Berube now?
I believe he's still with the Blues, ain't he?
No, he's not with the Blues.
No, he was let go a while ago.
I would love to.
I guess the geography.
Oh,
it's either the geography or she wants to go to Nashville too.
Yeah.
That's bad, dude. My mother-in-law just cracked on him. But don't tell him.
I said it earlier. This team. I think Joe Sheeran posted it on EOP the other day, sometime this week, that Embiid should be handed over the MVP trophy just because look at this team with and without Embiid, the difference. And nothing against the other guys on this team, but it's a lot. I believe our boy here, Marshawn, said it. Does the Sixers have the worst collection of contract year players in history? Pretty much. You got a lot of 1 years, guys that are here on tryouts.
Can I ask you, looking at this, do you think that they're just got these 1 year players and they're just going to start maybe go heavy? Maybe in the offseason?
I think this year was I think this was a layover year for them. I really think they had they were like, we can see what we can do with this. Put a couple guys together, get to the trade deadline, see if we're putting up a fight, we'll do something at the trade deadline. But you don't bring in guys on 1 year contracts like that.
Yeah, I mean,
you made the trade for with James Harden. Before that, the James Harden trade with a lot of 1 year contract guys that are that was just a salary dump for
Morey
and for the Clippers too. They were trying to bring in Harden, match up some things, guys that are most likely not going to be here next year. I think a Buddy Hield was a move for next year, but again, he's only a 1 year, so
I think they're going to resign him. Though.
I think they should resign him.
I think because he'll bring something with them. I mean, I kind of agree in your stance, Al, with this. I think it was let's throw it at the wall, see what sticks. Whatever slides, we can take it and build around it. I don't know, man. It's going to be tough for them. I think to go in the playoffs because if you're looking at it, man, they're going to draw. If you're looking at it, they're probably going to be 7th, 8th seed. At best, and
somehow they're holding down the 5th seed for now. And he's
for now.
I mean, again, you got a rough schedule coming up, and it's. Like I said, I'm curious to see how they if they can win today. I mean, are we going to get the same B-ball Paul second half?
He's been a letdown in my eyes.
Really?
He's just been a guy that people were high on. That he finally got his chance. The Sixers paid a lot of money to keep B-ball Paul here because the Jazz were trying to get him away from us. They spent a lot of money to keep him, and he's very inconsistent. Like, listen, it's really hard to play behind Joel Embiid. Let's just call it for what it is. If you could be the second best center in NBA, and you would still not look that good behind Joel Embiid, right? Let's just call it for what it is. But he's just very inconsistent. I like him. He's a nice guy. That's great. It's a good story. I think people more fell in love with him because of their disdain for Doc Rivers, because of his lack of giving him a chance and everything. But he's had a chance, and I haven't seen anything from him consistently that I've liked. So am I over? I'm sure. I mean, I don't know. I just we keep saying we need a backup center.
Right.
He's been here this whole time. We need a backup center. Where's our backup center?
Well, do you blame the Sixers front office for that? Because at the trade deadline, they didn't. I guess. I mean, the key was trying to get Drummond back here, kick the tires once more on him. They couldn't do it. Instead, so they just settled to getting a shooter in here. I don't know. I mean, granted, they definitely could have used another shooter like a Buddy Hield that could compare with Tyrese Maxey. But I feel like still, even with Buddy Hield being here, just shooting from the perimeter, I feel like the defense are just zoned in on Tyrese Maxey, and we know what Tyrese likes to do. He likes to take the ball to likes to run to the rack and has a couple pullbacks, from the perimeter. But
that's why you move Tyrese to the shooting guard, and you bring in a guy like Kyle Lowry to run sets with Maxey on the court.
Yeah, but the problem with this is the problem with it. They said it themselves. Tyrese Maxey can't score 50 points a night. And
right.
It's nothing a slight against Tyrese Maxey, but if you have no Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey's more exposed. You double team Tyrese Maxey. Kyle Lowry,
I don't know if he's
a great guy 3-4 years ago. Right now, he's concrete knees. Like, he is not going to give you the speed. He might have the know-how, but the speed.
Well, that's what you need.
Counteract.
Listen, point guard. You need somebody who can. A point guard's job is to distribute the ball, not take shots. Kyle Lowry can still do that. And I'm sorry, but I haven't seen this set yet from Nick Nurse to where they have Kyle at the 1 and put Maxey at the 2. You know what I mean? I think if they were to do that, that would work because you have a guy who can bring the ball up. He may have concrete knees and may have a creak in his elbow when he shoots, but he can distribute the ball and he can help Tyrese get open. I mean, yeah, he's no threat, but again, who else on that Sixers team is a threat?
But that's the problem.
That's
you have zero threats.
Right.
Zero. Once you take Embiid off the court, the threat has gone
away. Like apparently, so Embiid had a conversation. Or what I'm hearing, he had a conversation with Tobias, saying, "Hey, listen, I know everyone goes through these stretches, yeah." And maybe that gave him a little bit more because he was very aggressive in that first half on Friday. Just the way he, was shooting the lights out from the perimeter in the corner.
Mentality.
Tobias, and then he, he's picking the shots, but again, like. Can I get excited because you beat up on a Charlotte's team that's going absolutely nowhere?
But, dude, stop. The Sixers are damned if they do, they're damned if they don't. If they go smoke a team that they're supposed to beat, right away is, you beat a team you're supposed to beat. Well, all right. Now, today...
I disagree. If they came out and beat a team like the Mavericks, let's take them, for instance, since they're up and coming right now.
And they're hungry to get, they're trying to lock down that 8 seed, or they're trying to move up.
But my point is, if they beat a good team like that, I'm feeling a little better.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We have to wait and see what goes on.
But I'm saying that it's not damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Well, it is.
I'm not going to be up. I'm not going to be. One game isn't going to fix it for me, but I'll be more impressed if this team can if they can find a good way of beating. Two guys like Kyrie Irving and Luka and all this stuff on there, and like you want to. All these good players on that team now. That team never plays up.
But you just made my point out. What? Like, they're damned if they do, they're damned if they don't. If they're supposed to beat Charlotte, they're supposed to beat a Charlotte team, okay? They're not supposed to beat a Dallas team because they don't have Embiid.
Yeah, but they didn't put a whooping on that Charlotte team either. I mean,
they put them down to the wire.
And my point is, like, it has to be a consistency thing.
So if they go down and beat Dallas by 1 point.
I feel a little better.
They beat Dallas by anything. I'm happy. They're not as good as they should be without Embiid. Dallas is a good team with good players on it. So if they beat them at all, I'm happy. If you beat Charlotte, the Charlotte game in a vacuum is nothing to me.
Yeah.
The Charlotte game with a win over Dallas. Okay, now we're
catch your eye a little bit.
Now we're compounding. We're building on something.
You're building wins.
Yeah, but right now, one win in a vacuum over a bad team. That's why by itself it's a you put that 6 next by itself, it's a 6. You put it next to a 3, that 6 is looking like an 8. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Al Safiri math.
Thank you. I'm telling you,
Pat's still confused.
Yes, my hamster died on that wheel.
I actually saw his shoes kick off. And
the hamster jumped off the wheel. And that one said, I'm sorry.
Yeah, they don't want to enhance on that one. It may be very well not the same result, but I can't give up on it.
Steve's a diehard.
He's a diehard. And listen, I'll be the first one if somehow Embiid comes back healthy, which I still think shouldn't happen. I'll throw that out there. Medically speaking, should not happen. But if he came back healthy and his team started going on some sort of tear, I'll be there cheering him on and watching it. But right now, this team is putting on. It's it's hard to watch. I watch them.
Well, it's so like Nick Nurse, like again, was messing with the lineup. Again, brings people Paul off the bench. He puts what's called in there, Mobama to start. Mobama sucks, but
you were very high on him.
I was. I thought but just equaled out to be nothing. So again,
somebody here at EOP, I don't know if this is Joe or Fred or who, anybody. I'm not sure who it could be. Dives. Embiid, Maxey, Hill should be really fun in 2025. But do you trust Morey can turn that trio into a contender?
I think they can because they have money coming off the books. Like
there you go. That was nice.
Yeah. I think they can because now you have Tobias will be off the books. Yeah. Okay. They can go out and they're going to have so much money off of the books because you have all these 1-year players.
And
the cap's going up. So, the Sixers are going to have some money to spend.
Now, that's a good question, though. And I'm going to kind of jump off the dives on this one a little bit. And real quick, before I do ask this question, I remind you guys, brought to you by Sherry'sTickets.com. That's right, Sherry'sTickets.com, family owned and operated since 1946. Sherry'sTickets.com. Great place to get tickets. I don't care where you're at in the country. No hidden fees. The price you see on the screen is the price you pay. Sports, concerts, theater, you name it. And you can save an additional 10% off using that great promo code
EOP10.
EOP10 will save you 10% off at Sherry'sTickets.com. Again, Sherry'sTickets.com. Sports, concerts, theater, you name it. No hidden fees. Great prices. Hard to get tickets. Don't worry. Go to Sherry'sTickets.com and use that great promo code
EOP10.
That's right. EOP10 will save you 10% off at Sherry'sTickets.com. So, Pat, I'll ask you.
Yes.
Kind of going off what Dives is talking about here. Do you trust Morey? They're going to, like Mike said, they're going to have the space. They're going to have the financials. They're going to have the big contracts, the ability to sign. You could sign like 2 big free agents on top of like Buddy Hield and all this stuff. Do you have confidence that he'll do the right deal, or are you going to get an old guy like Paul George in here?
No. I mean, I get it. It's the old sexy names that kind of gets the fans in here, but you want to make sure. Again, kind of take that Danny Briere approach. You want to make sure you're doing it right, get the right pieces in here for this team, bring the up and coming names. Like I said, that trio right there is sexy. You might want to bring some people in there. And again, right now, like I've really been thinking about this. Like I think that I don't know if it, like I said, I don't know if it was Joel Embiid. I don't know if it was the Sixers front office. I don't know if it's a doctor saying he was okay when he wasn't. But clearly, this guy, like I said, it was wobbling, hobble-hobbling. And it made things worse because he wanted to win that MVP race, and it wound up doing nothing but worse for him. Like I said, we're in this hole now, so let's kind of like restart, come back in October with that trio, add a couple more pieces, get these guys a little playoff experience, what you have, and then go forward from there. So,
Mike, what do you think? Do you believe that Daryl Morey won't screw that up when he has pretty much the most he's ever had to play with?
Right, exactly. I mean, I don't think he's going to screw it up. And, I kind of put him in the same thing with the Flyers. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Sixers are kind of in the same boat as the Flyers right now. One, the Embiid thing, maybe he got tired of hearing the slack about him always being hurt, and he just wanted to go.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it's up to the player. So I feel like Embiid wanted to give it a go. He gave it a go till as far as he could go with it, and he couldn't go anymore. My only thing is this. They have to put the right pieces around Embiid. This is the question that I feel like we should be asking. Can Morey put the right pieces? I mean, he could put pieces around him, but he has to do. What move is...
what move is it? Better not be bringing Tobias Harris back on a cheaper contract.
So
I don't know.
I would take Tobias Harris back on a vet minimum and play him off the bench. Fine. Other than that, I'm good.
It's so funny because speaking of Tobias and our man Dives here, me and Mitch kind of came up with a pattern here. Every time that my man Dives misses a post game show, Tobias goes off. Some little parody going on there. We're just trying to get to the
Tobias is even afraid of Dives.
Yes.
It makes sense.
You know what I mean? But anyway, and that's another thing too. If Milton and Kobe can't go for the playoffs, they will have big playoff problems, even if Joe is back and playing well. No, until they figure out. See, Steve, I kind of disagree because if you get a full, healthy Joel Embiid, no matter who's on the floor, he makes everyone around that much better. I mean, Milton's, Milton's getting wide open shots. Why? Because he draws all the defense to Joel Embiid. He's dealing with triple coverages, and which he could dish out to the guys who are on the perimeter wide open. So, to me, if you get a healthy Joel Embiid back in time, and again, he wants to get in, he wants to play. He wants to play. He's trying to edge out the toughness. To me, I don't know if you could save the season, but if he's back, Al, if he is back, or Mike, if he is back, say the team's at the 8th seed and he's healthy at 100, what happens?
I don't know, man.
I mean, I think
I
just don't. It's hard for me to believe he's going to be healthy enough that he's not putting himself in danger.
Right, and everyone's worried about his shape and what he's going to look like. His talent alone, his talent's talent, and he's got it. So
he will make that team 100 times better. But is that enough to be a contender?
Yes.
And is it enough to risk hurting him?
Like I said, if he's fully healthy at 100, just say
if you as a doctor can guarantee me
by beginning of April,
more in danger hurting himself now than he was before this happened, I'll talk about it.
Right. I mean, because like I said, you have Buddy Hield, you'll have Tyrese, and then you could do things with him and Cameron Payne. I mean, Cameron Payne has been very, very inconsistent. But I mean, you could do some things. Then you can start getting guys open again. Let MB get some work with the bench. Let him get to work with the Cameron Payne. Things will flow so much more better if you can get 100% Joel Embiid back. Because right now you're just getting those inconsistent nights.
Better if you put a Joel Embiid on it. Let's just call it for what it is.
All right.
A healthy Joel Embiid makes any team better. My question to you is, if there is no way you can look at me in the eye if you're the medical professional.
Yes.
God forbid that ever happen.
Step into my office.
But
shut the door.
But if they can't guarantee, I know in the medical world I work in it, so I know you can't guarantee anything. But if they can't tell us that there's really no chance of re-injuring this injury or repairing what we've repaired or whatever it is, then you don't do it. It's not worth it. Again, the biggest year the Sixers have had in a long time is in front of them. They actually have some draft picks. They have things they could trade away. They have they're gonna have a ton of cap space to build around Tyrese and
Hield and Joe.
That's if Hield's here. I'm not counting him in until they count him in. So Joel and Maxey, and you have a ton of space to do so. You can really rewrite this team.
I think they'll re-sign him. Like I said, I'm not going to count my eggs, but I think they'll re-sign him. Just like I said, he's averaging 4 shots from the perimeter. So I mean, again, something they didn't have. But yeah, like I said, it's going to be fun to see. But kind of shifting gears here, Al, I'm looking at that 93 hat. You got me one of Jones, and you guys are wearing some Phillies gear, and I got some Phillies gear.
I'm not wearing no Phillies gear. It's an A's hat, dude.
Well,
you got some Phillies gear on.
Sal. What's up, Sal?
What's up?
You're not here.
Had fun time hanging out with you last week. No Embiid, no chance.
Listen, you're more than welcome to the jacuzzi anytime you want.
Whoa. Stop with the jacuzzi offers, man.
You don't really think you're offering them jacuzzis,
So we're always good for a good time. Oh, my man Joe Sullivan checked into the program.
What's up, Sully?
He says if Joe can't play, he's got to play next season.
Joe can play. He's got to play because next season he'll be hurt again.
Anyway,
yeah. It's the difference between the problem with his freak injuries, that multiple orbital fractures and all that, unavoidable, whatever issues. But my point is, it's this injury, the injury he's dealing with now. It's not worth it.
No,
again, we're talking about him being injury prone.
Like I said, though, you go back to that injury. Like he was wobbling as it is. And then he gets onto the court, and it just made we all were expecting when the LSU was going to drop. Like that was,
I wait every season. Like I wish one of the sports books would put an over or under on how many injuries he's going to get.
And two,
you might actually work out better there.
I'm telling you, you're becoming a rich man. So, but we'll see what they do today down in Dallas. Again, 1 o'clock start time. I'm excited. Get some hoops out, at 1. But like I said, let's talk a little Phillies baseball.
Speaking of 1 o'clock, yeah, them and the Bravos today.
Oh, yeah. Spank those Bravos. But, again, at the end, how you're right over there. You look like you're biting your tongue and
Speaking about you doing surgery, that would be kind of funny. Like, hey, give me a saw. I got to cut his foot off to go to his heart.
Yeah. If this geography's any good as it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just gonna go right to the butt
like humming the song.
Here,
Hear that? Yeah.
If I was a doctor, I would just say, "Here, shut the door. I'm gonna take my shoe off.
No.
Put a sock in your mouth.
No. Stop it.
Medical malpractice right there.
Right there.
You can't stick your sock in someone's mouth.
No.
Oh,
Jesus.
Just so you know,
God.
so here's your lineup for today's Phillies Braves game. In the one position, you got Rojas, Bohm, Sosa, Stubbs, Cave, Weston Wilson. Oh shit!
good potty mouth.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. It just disappeared.
Wow.
J.K., Weston Wilson, Dahl, Kingery, Pache, and Brogdon will kick the game off on the mound.
Oh, that's a stellar Sunday lineup if I've ever heard one. Woo! Did they got a split squad today? Is that why? Either that or just
I have zero expectations of the 2024 Phillies.
Wow! Wow!
2012. Wow.
Saying Murderer's Road today.
Oh,
I want to know what he means by that. I have no expectation for this Phillies team this year.
Because I guess in his eyes, he doesn't see them
going far.
Going far.
He thinks he is comparing this team to the 2012 Phillies. Really?
Yeah, not going that far.
I mean, the 2012 Phillies had nobody.
Yeah, I know.
You can't say we have nobodies. I can say you have. Maybe you're just keep kissing your sister over and over again. You don't want to kiss your sister anymore. I get it, but at this point, to say I have no expectations is BS.
Yeah, he's gone back to the Darren Ruff days. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like a lot of people, it's funny. You talk with a lot of Phillies fans. It's just like, Like I talked to my guy John Clancy. It's just like
a lot of people are not thrilled with their off season. But again, I mean, I think they did enough. I mean, I really do. Like, I mean, what
are you going to do?
You can't go out and get the top free agent every year. You can't.
No.
Like,
they did this year. That's the point. Unfortunately, he was our guy.
Yeah.
The top pitching free agent for I'm saying
Ohtani was.
Well, technically, if he pitches again, I don't know.
Well,
He's a top free agent, but pitching free agent. I mean, unless you count the guy who's
Yamamoto
never pitched in the MLB.
I mean, and the Phillies were in on him. The Phillies made him a better offer than the Dodgers. He just wanted to be a Dodger.
Apparently, them and a couple other teams came over the top of the Dodgers.
And the guy just wanted to be a Dodger.
And they wanted to be on the West Coast. He wanted to be on a team with the Japanese players. It is what it is. It just didn't. He didn't want to be here. It didn't work out. End all be all. See you later.
I mean, and you still got a couple.
And I'm kind of glad they did. I mean, listen, I could be dead wrong about this. I could be dead wrong, and he could be, great. He could be the next second coming of Jesus for all I know. But paying a guy $300 million who's never thrown a pitch in Major League Baseball.
Yeah, that's a little. Like, I don't know. I wanted the Phillies to sign him.
Yes, we are, Steve. We are old AF.
I mean, I don't know, man.
I mean, if he's talking about the Phillies are not old at
Why
all.
not kick the tires on Bauer? He got $4 million.
That's my son has been really preaching about that. I would. That's a guy that I would.
I know he's got his stigmata, whatever happened with his situation.
I don't care about that.
Yeah.
You come give him some money. Listen, he's been on record as saying he will take the league minimum to come pitch. He just wants a chance to pitch. Why not give him a shot?
Well, let me ask you this question.
It'll be better what you have.
There's 30 teams who are not doing it.
Exactly. And
Why?
because it's a good old boy. You know what I mean? It's
Remember
a good old
Phillies
boys network.
Back on a Snell for a short term.
I don't want Snell. I would take Montgomery.
No. I would say I wouldn't take Snell.
I wouldn't take Snell.
I would
He's
take
not a
Snell over
not
a lot
a big
of other
game.
options, but
he's not a big game pitcher.
But I don't need. I need a number 3.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
4. I
don't want him, dude. Like,
and that's Bryce's boy too.
I don't care.
Listen,
he stinks.
I'm not in love with Snell. Don't get me wrong.
I would take Montgomery.
Yes, any day of the week. But I just
let him go to the Yankees.
I still think Jordan Montgomery comes here. I think this rumor that Joey's talking about, and I've heard it too recently, Joey.
They should bump up the Yankees.
I think it's that, and I think that is putting a little of the heat on Jordan Montgomery to make a decision.
Yep.
So I mean, but
I would take Jordan Montgomery. I don't want Ian Snell. Ian Snell implodes like all the time. So
I don't know.
Mike, I agree. He's saying the Phillies should not go after Bauer.
I'm 1,000% behind
not
this.
the backlash. Unfortunately, the stigmata that comes along with him with his situation.
And which, by the way, he was never charged either.
Yeah,
he was never charged. I mean, I think it's a bunch of bull. This guy, but I like. I would definitely bring in Trevor Bauer. I think, and besides, he's a power arm too. He can throw he's a right-handed pitcher. If by some stroke of genius, if you don't sign Zach Wheeler, Trevor Bauer's right up there in that class with them guys. He's right there with Nola and Wheeler. So I mean, my son actually brought this up to me about 2 weeks ago and was like, "Yo," he's like, "What do you think about the Phillies should, take a kick the tires on them?" I think they should.
Listen, any arm right now.
I'll give Joe Sheeran credit. He's been saying this since December.
Yeah.
He said to her earlier when I was on the show. My point is, I don't think anybody's gonna. I don't think he plays in the baseball again, or in Major League Baseball again.
Right.
Southside I would take Snell too, but I think he's going to the Giants. Bring Montgomery or Bauer. Steve saying Trevor Bauer is tired of making videos with Eric Sim, as funny as they are to watch.
Yeah, I mean, Philly has shown that he can handle backlash.
It's a little different with this situation, Joe. It's a little different with the situation. The allegations were what they were. It's not Carter Hart bad, but it was close to it.
But here's the thing. Like, again, he wasn't found guilty. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I'm not, this is killing me. Like, this dude, okay, he was in a situation. He wasn't found guilty. Listen, if you're not found guilty, dude, you don't have to apologize for nothing.
I agree with you. The way it was settled out of court, see, a lot of that doesn't always sit well with people.
Yeah, I know. They think because it was settled out of court. But here's the thing.
It's not about thinking. What the court deems that as a nuisance thing. Like, so we don't have to go through the nuisance and drag this out because my reputation can get ruined just by the court of public opinions. That we're going to settle this and make you happy, go away, and I'm going to go away. I understand. And Mike's even saying what Ben Roethlisberger with the roofies and Deshaun with the massage therapists and their situations got back in the NFL. That's apples and oranges in a little bit there. But, I mean, Ben Roethlisberger was in Pittsburgh. They weren't going to get rid of him. The Deshaun Watson thing, I disagree with totally. I don't think he should be back in the NFL. That was the NFL should have kept him out. And I don't think he should be able to sign just like other situations with other people. So I disagree with that fact that he should be. I think what he did, he was a predator thing. Like when you have like a type in a situation, like I'm not going to get into the whole Deshaun Watson thing, but I think he shouldn't have been back in it. And I'm not saying that Trevor Bauer should not be back.
Listen, he's been out of the league for 2 years.
Court of public opinions, and the team may not want to deal with that backlash.
No.
He may not be worth it. He is not the caliber of player that makes that type of situation worth it. Odubel Herrera, let's take that situation. Yeah. But he was already on the team, and then they re-signed him or whatever. I can't believe they did it, but they did it because they got him for a deal. That makes no sense to me that he had a chance, but
Trevor Bauer doesn't. And this is a guy who got proof. He got shown that he actually did it. And so that's why I don't understand. To me, I just feel like it's unwarranted. The dude has a right to make a living in his field.
But again, if all of it's true, I mean, I don't know. It's like I said, those are sticky situations, man. I couldn't have that in my locker room.
We talk about a locker room. We talk about, is it good? Listen,
that's a fight waiting to happen.
Is he worth the chemistry breakup?
Yeah.
Or the situation.
No,
how do you know? But how do you know he's going to come in and be a chemistry breakup? How do you know he's not going to come in and just gel?
Well, I think that's the problem that they may not be willing to take.
See, here's the thing:
they might not care as the players, but you don't think the media is going to run wild with this? You don't think like
yeah,
and then that's what gets in the way. I'm not.
I mean, I understand where you're coming from.
I'm not saying it's right. I'm just playing devil's advocate. I understand. You got 30 other teams who are all looking for pitchers. You still got the likes of Jordan Montgomery out there and Blake Snell out there.
But I'm saying after them two guys go,
yeah.
I mean, somebody's going to sign Trevor Bauer. Like his talent, I'm telling you, his talent is right there. I think.
But why hasn't it happened yet?
Yeah,
if he's willing to come
because
back
there's still Blake Snell and Jordan Montgomery out there.
Yeah,
you just said it.
But in this situation,
why would you care? Just sign him. He don't make a difference.
Right,
there's no tipping scale there.
I don't know.
Dude, I'm not signing him. No, I can't. I just
what? You're nuts, dude.
Why am I nuts?
You're nuts. His talent.
Okay,
he makes your pitching staff better. He will help you get to a World Series.
Not. And then I got
again. You guys are worried about the off the field stuff. You're paying him to play baseball. Okay, you're going to get some backlash.
Mike, if this is true,
let me finish.
Yeah.
It's not true, Pat. He was found innocent in a court of law. They settled out. He did not get charged by it. So, again, you can't sit there and accuse the man of doing something when it was proven in court he didn't do it. They settled out, which means they didn't want to go to court just as much as he didn't want to go to court. So, I'm sorry.
A lot of time, listen, I've dealt with a lot of these things. I've seen a lot of these things outside of sports, just in business alone. They're high-profile people. It's cheaper and easier for them to pay off the person and get them out and give them what they want. Listen, this person could have made this whole thing up to make money. I'm not sitting there saying he's guilty or not. I'm not saying that at all.
Right.
But my point is, it is cheaper and easier for them to pay somebody X amount of money,
sign
a non-disclosure, and be done with it. And that way, it can make things go away. Again, why hasn't anybody else taken this risk? Why hasn't that's my question.
To me, that's because it's a good old boy network. Like, I mean, come on. You don't think these owners are good old boys? It's the same thing in football. Why do you think Ray Rice never got a shot after what happened with him? Right? Ray Rice, it was a good old boys network. They all concluded, no, we're not, this dude's out of the league.
Well, I mean,
again, I'm not condoning what he did. I'm not condoning. I'm not saying, but what I'm saying is, you've given other guys in football, you've given other guys in baseball other chances. You know what I mean? So to me, no, it's collusion. They don't want the dude back in the league.
Okay,
and that's my take on it.
I'm not saying that's right or wrong.
I mean, they're just as wrong. They're just as wrong.
I get what you're saying, but my point is, if nobody else wants to take a chance on it, that's a problem.
Yeah, but if they all agreed not to do it. Listen, nobody signed Trevor Bauer, dude.
I
don't want to get that.
I get what you're saying, but say you're one of the owners of a baseball team, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're the one that goes against it. That causes a problem there.
Yeah, it does. Because
unfortunately, you have to kind of.
Right.
I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying.
I don't know. Like, I guess we're at different odds with this.
I would not care if Trevor Bauer signed today. I want Trevor Bauer here. And for the caliber he is and the money you could pay to get him here,
if he's saying he wants the league minimum, hell yeah.
Let's throw this idea out here.
I'd give him $2 million.
Zach Wheeler.
Mm-hmm.
Zach Wheeler. You got Aaron Nola. You got
Ranger.
Jordan Montgomery, Ranger Bauer. You could put Strom and you could put Sanchez back in your bullpen. Your bullpen just got better. All with one move. I'm cool with that. I would happiest baseball clam in the world right there.
I don't know why the Phillies won't do it.
There's a lot of reasons and a lot of guys aren't doing it. It's not just the Phillies. That's my point.
Right.
I don't care about the other teams. I'm worried about the Phillies. Like, for real. Like, he is out there. Like, you know what? Somebody's got to set the precedence. Just like, I know, I know it's a little bit of a different situation, but Michael Vick actually did jail time.
Yeah.
My man did jail time.
I agree.
And he still got out. And there was
a different situation with that.
It is, but the guy actually went to prison. The guy actually went to prison. Now, we're talking about a guy who didn't get convicted, didn't go to prison.
You can go to prison for illegal gambling. Does that really scare people as much as these type of allegations? That's a different story. I mean, my point.
Okay.
Mike saying the Mets in the '80s didn't take care. Didn't care of Doc or Straw or Keith Hernandez doing coke. The Giants didn't care if LT was doing coke. The reason they were winning. The reason they were winning games. Completely different. Coke in the '80s was
legal. Coke in the '80s was like
illegal. I mean, it was legal.
Yeah.
But, two different things.
I think our parents did it.
I mean, steroids were pretty much legalized up until the '90s. Bauer's also 34 too. I think. I mean, he's older, but
he's older, but he still can pitch.
As our fifth guy, and if you're paying him $4 or $5 million, I'm okay with it. He's probably a midseason guy at this point of his career. Good point too. I mean, would he be better? I mean, I don't know how much pitching he was doing in Japan. Like, that's my point.
Yeah, I don't know. So
guys in football have
drunk and driving killed innocent people and go back to the NFL. Well, the only one that didn't do that was Henry Ruggs.
Yeah, I mean, it's also changed. Like, Mike, that's another thing. You're pointing out a lot of stuff from back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
You brought up the Ruggs thing. He never see the NFL green grass again.
He gonna see outside.
Yeah, my point is like they're cracking down, and that's why a guy like Trevor Bauer wouldn't be back.
Yeah. So
clock back 15, 20 years, I would have been back by now.
But like I said, well, not to try and get off beat. We got the Phillies today. We got the Sixers. I mean, guys, 1 o'clock. I guess it's a lunchtime. What are you guys going to eat?
I don't know. I'll probably be.
See what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go to my store. I'm gonna go to this local store. I'm gonna get some hot dog rolls and hot dogs, and I'm gonna charge $1 dog. I'll bring $1 dogs back in my house. I'm charging my kids $1, my wife $1. I'm bringing $1 dogs.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Well, I think the Flyers are actually having $1 wiener night.
Yeah, do you think I saw that they're doing that on Monday?
Yeah.
Do you think that's a little
shout out to Phillies? Damn stupid.
A little bit. You know. Hey, look, man, I'm excited, man. So if you're going down to the barn tomorrow against the Phillies and
Sting's retirement match,
oh yeah,
when's that? That's coming up, right? Saturday.
It was yesterday, I believe. But anyway,
yeah. See, Sal's got the same idea. He's going to.
Well, it's supposed to be like what, mid-60s today?
Dude, I put my hoodie on and went outside today. I got to the studio about 7 o'clock, and
full commando for me. And yeah, yeah. So here's that gagging again.
Move on.
Okay, so yeah, but anyway,
you start talking about grilling and dogs, and right away you got to go commando.
What he said about the weather?
It's the match, according to Joey Wood.
Yeah, tonight. That's what I thought.
Joey, where's it at? Are you going to be there covering it, or is it just something? I don't know where they're going.
I think it's a pay-per-view.
Okay, the pay-per-view.
Yeah,
I would imagine something
Stinger's last match. I kind of
know where it was at.
I modeled my face paint. When I broke into the quick little thing, when I broke into the business, everybody was kind of moving away from the characters.
Didn't he went to WCW ruined him? I'm something thrown out there.
What's that?
The minute Sting went to WCW, it ruined him.
No, it made him.
It made him.
Oh, you mean when he went to WWE?
No.
Yeah. Like Sting was
I
the
felt
face.
like they towards the end of WCW and Sting was there. Like they just ruined his. Like he didn't wrestle at the end.
You didn't like the Crow gimmick?
You didn't like the Crow?
I guess not.
Yeah. Everybody liked. A lot of people liked the blonde-haired Sting with the
box cut,
and kind of
looked
Howland.
Like a clean-shaven Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah. Well, they
were not. They were tag partners at one point in time. They were called.
They used to work out together.
They were called the Blade.
I love Sting, and I didn't hate the black and white, white and black face.
I loved it. He was.
But WCW ruined a lot of good wrestlers in my eyes back in the day. Like guys that I really like to watch the good matches. They just kowtowed to Hogan, to the Randy Savage at the point, and then when Goldberg was cool thing, I'm like, oh, this is cool. Remember, he's going for like his 100 wins.
Yeah.
Then it was just like, okay, guys, Goldberg's over. Can we move on to the next thing? Like they had the.
They never had that next thing though.
They had the Big Show in there. They didn't use him right. They just used him as like, oh, look at a big guy that some guy can lift up over his shoulders.
Well, the worst thing was they tried playing Big Show off as Andre's kid.
Yeah, remember that?
Like, oh my God! I mean,
Giant.
Well, he was the Giant, but like they were like literally trying to bill him as the son of Andre.
It's so funny because like when I'm in the press conference, like you get to hear the these marks yesterday. It's so funny. Like it's like these guys will act like they walk around the WWE front office, like they tell you, like, "Oh yeah, John Cena, that was CM Punk's supposed to win the Royal Rumble." But they have like all the scenarios, like who's supposed to win, and all. I'm like, bro, you're not in the front office. Stop talking like you are. I mean, stop. I love those guys. Like, I'm just saying to myself, all right, yeah, you're in the front office. Stop it.
I just listen. But yeah, congratulations to the Stinger on a well-deserved career.
Sure. Oh, the Stinger.
So
he moved on.
Stinger and the Stink Bug.
He was on TNA.
He never went like when WCW got bought out. I think what the main thing was with Sting was that he didn't go to WWE right away. It was already for him to when he went there, it had to be right. And you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I felt like WWF did or WWE, they did the WWE thing. They brought him in, they hyped him up, and then they had him go out and do the job to Triple H. Like, I'm sorry. Like, if I was Sting, I would be like, no, I'm not putting you over. Like, not at all. You're laying down for me. You know what I mean? Like, I would have been like that because Sting had the right to do that. And for him to go there and put Hunter over, I didn't like that at all. I didn't like that at all because to me, it was just like him putting over Triple H was the total end of the Monday Night Wars. Your top player went down to our top player. And I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. And I was a Sting guy. So I was like, no. When I seen he put Hunter over, I was like, oh, that was bull. I just looked. I was literally mad as hell. Like, really? You did that? Mm-hmm. Like, no. But, Pat, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing today. I don't know. I got to talk to the wife, the home foreman, see what she wants to make.
I got you. Al, oh, you say you're going to charge her on the house $1 hot dog. So,
that's why I said good luck with that.
Yeah.
Let me guess. You're having pasta.
No, I think it's just
he's actually going to chop hot dogs up and put it in his pasta.
Yeah, it's not. That's actually not a bad idea. I was trying to. Not a bad idea.
I'm glad you don't cook at your house.
No,
oh my God! Could you imagine? Spam? Yeah, we'll throw this in. It's all going to the same spot.
That thing there. Yeah, you should just see a big forest fire right from my place. It was WWE saying that they were better than WCW.
Yeah, exactly, Joey. Exactly. And that's our wrestling
tidbit
for this afternoon, guys. If you want to talk more wrestling, make sure you
check out Friday nights.
Yes.
Steel steps. You never know who's going to get thrown into the steel steps. You just never know.
Yeah, I would love to throw Pat into a set of steel steps right about now, but my body's still a little banged up from yesterday.
Pat, but you will run out of Pat will be run out of hot dog. Okay.
Oh yeah. Trying to discover what Lou's trying to write. I mean, you should hear us when he talks to us. We're like, we got to follow the bouncing ball. Where's Frank at? Frank ain't comment on our show. Hey Frank, you're watching us?
I know he is. He's going to watch us about 5:00. That's what he likes to do down in Roxborough.
Yeah.
I mean, he likes to watch the program.
He comes in. It's a program. What the hell is program?
Yeah, come on, man. You don't know the radio slang? Program.
It's the Mayfair Mumbles over there.
Yeah. But Mariano's has got good pizza.
Montesini's.
Whatever. Mancini's, Montesini's, Montezuma. It's garbage pizza.
Where is like
Boston? Now, Boston homestyle pizza is really good, and that's right across the street. That place is banging. Right across the street. Boston homestyle. My wife will tell you that's our favorite pizza of all.
Now I want to eat pizza for this game.
Maybe you should.
Yeah, I just want to stack it. Tony Roney's, go get the bacon cheese, whatever.
Tony Roney's.
Yeah. Muffler Mike, what's up, dog? He goes, good morning, guy. Good morning, gents. I see Pat's actually smiling. Must be because of the certain wings. Colton.
He stood on his head yesterday.
He did. I'm surprised. About time. It only took him about 8 weeks in. But yeah, very, very well. But let's get going. Speaking of Sixers post-game show today with Dives, Midge, myself, and of course, doing a triple header today. You catch me with Double G, Double M, Double S on the All Across All Time talking this wings.
See me there for a second.
Huh?
You may even see me there.
You gonna talk some wings?
No.
Oh.
I got a text message.
You're gonna eat some chicken wings.
I got a text message from Gary. He's coming. He's flying in from covering. I think it was on
in San Diego.
They delayed his flight a little bit.
Nice.
But he should still be in time to start the show. But if they delay it anymore, if there's any problems, he's going to let me know. I might get the show started, let the guys take it from there.
I could do that.
Yeah, well, maybe one of us will. Fine,
yeah.
You can do it.
You know what I mean?
Here we go.
You know what I mean? So, again, I can't wait.
So Steel Steps will be live tonight after.
Oh, shoot.
Okay, cool.
Oh, why did they get the plug?
Yeah.
And it's 10 p.m. tonight, not 9. They pushed it up a little. To give him time.
All right. Hey, listen.
You got to stay up an extra hour.
That's all right. You got the original guy, but that's nice to know. We got Steel Steps post game. Oh, nice. Very nice. Can't wait to see the Stinger in action. You know what I mean?
As long as you're Stinger.
All right, well.
Yeah, my Stinger's hanging out.
You ready to get out of here?
Yeah, let's get out of here.
Well, guys, for Pat Bernard, my
Sixers,
my big-headed partner, and of course, the voice of God, El Safiri, I'm Mike Laro. We will see you next week.